Namaskar. Good morning, everybody. I welcome you all on the fourth, and the last day of the workshop on Indian. Yeah. Hello. Yes, it thinks that I should not take much of your time, I guess. But yeah, we should welcome our today's speaker, Professor Ramasubramaniam. And I request the Honorary Secretary, Dr. Maitreyi Deshpande, to felicitate Professor with our one of the publications, recent publications, Agnishtoma, translated into English by Professor G.U. Thite and Shri Daptardar Kelkar. And may I now request Pratima Vaman to introduce Professor Subramaniam.
I welcome Professor Subramanian. He is a professor at IIT Bombay in the Cell for Indian Sciences and Technology in Sanskrit. Professor Ramasubramaniam holds a doctorate in I welcome all the dignitaries. Thank you. Professor Ramasubramaniam holds a doctorate in theoretical physics from University of Madras. He has also obtained a bachelor degree in engineering. So we have one of the multifaceted science background and Sanskrit background teacher and professor with us today. Professor Ramasubramaniam is one of the authors who prepared the explanatory notes of the celebrated work Ganita Yukti Bhasha, Rationale in Mathematical Astronomy, which brings out the seminal contributions of the Kerala School of Astronomers and Mathematicians in the field of mathematical analysis. His work on Tantra Sangraha along with Professor Sri Rama has been published. Besides this, Professor Ramasubramanian has edited the work 500 Years of Tantra Sangraha with Professor Sri Ram and Professor Srinivas, published by IIAS, that is Indian Institute of Advanced Studies. I'll introduce him in brief. He has been honored with various awards. I would like to name a few prestigious awards of them. He has honored Vidvat Pravara by the Shankaracharya of Sri Sringeri Sharada Peetham in the year 2003. He has been conferred the prestigious award of Maharshi Badarayana Vyasa Sammana by the President of India in recognition of the outstanding research of by him. He is currently a member of Central Sanskrit Board formed by HRD. He was a visiting Erskine Fellow in the Department of Mathematics and Statistics, University of Canterbury, New Zealand in year 2016. And I again welcome him and I request him to begin his lecture. Thank you.
So, namaste. Thanks for the very kind introduction. So, I am quite delighted to be here for the first time in this very prestigious institute, which has been really taken to great heights by scholars of great repute. So, the topic that I am going to present today is something which has been quite fascinating me from the viewpoint that we find a variety of literature in various languages. Normally, this literature in the form of poetry. So literature can be in the form of prose and Gadya Padya Ubhayamayam Kavyam. This is the general form. And of course Champu can be there, but Champu is only a mixture of the two. So this has its own charm, that has its own charm. This has its own advantages, that has its own advantages. And strikingly, what one finds is, most of the literature that we find, primarily the source works, related to science or technology or medicine, has been in the form of poetry in Sanskrit. This metrical composition is something which adds charm to the literature, and composing something in metrical form when it is related to the beauty of nature, when it is related to the beauty of a person, so when it is related to a certain emotion, so these are much simpler. But when you think of a scientific literature being composed in the metrical form, it's not quite easy. But astronomers and mathematicians of the Indian tradition seem to have excelled in this, and I wanted to take you through that journey today to just have a flavor of what they have done. And in particular, I will cite a few passages from extraordinary astronomers and mathematicians of the past to give you a flavor of how much scholarship that they require in order to compose something of this nature. Okay. So what makes the difference between other literature and scientific literature is the following. So you have the liberty to use as many words as you want. You can stretch something, you can be precise, you need not be precise. So you can go on describing the beauty in 20 verses. So here the precision or brevity is not of much consideration when it comes to literature. But when it comes to a scientific text or a mathematical literature or astronomical literature, you would like to be as precise as you want. And the clarity is something which, because there are certain things which you would like to express in one verse, so you can't be extending. Generally, that is preferable. So this is something which actually puts a certain restraint in this. But the other problem that you will find is, you may not be able to easily pick up words which may fit into the meter. So these are not easy things. So for instance, if you want to represent some number, so this number you may not be able to, suppose I say Ekvana Vimshati, this Ekvana Vimshati may not fall into any of the meter. No, I'm just saying, see, you may not actually, so Ekvana Vimshati may be falling into some Anushtu because that has the least restraint. Okay? But many of the meters which these people have adopted is something which is far more imposing constraint than what one would expect. So here one has to find a mechanism by which one will be able to express these numbers also. This is another aspect which has been brought out by these people, and all the major works that one finds in astronomy and mathematics seem to have been composed only in poetry. So we will see why they have done that, and what are the advantages, and if there are some disadvantages, what are the disadvantages, all that we will be discussing today. Okay. First, I will request all of you to just join me in trying to solve this puzzle. Prahelika, this is a simple thing. This I came to know only around 2 or 3 weeks back, and the moment I saw this, I immediately committed this verse to memory. So it was quite interesting. It was passed on to some researcher, to some other researcher, and that researcher brought this verse to my attention. So this is a Prahelika, a puzzle or a riddle which has been posed by an astronomer who wanted to specify the date of his text. if you look at this, see, granthasya bhavet shakamitihi. Shakamitihi ityukto grantha rachana kalaha. So shaka samvatsare grantha rachana kalaha evam bhavati. Okay, so this is what this person is saying. Granthasya bhavet shakamitihi. Then he says tam vetti yaha. Tam shakamitim yaha vetti, the one who knows that. Tam manye ganitadvayajna kamala prodbodhane bhaskaram. See, so I would consider that person, see, tam manye ganitadvayajna. There is a beauty, see, you can say, see, this is a beautiful Rupaka Alankara. See, prodbodhane tam bhaskaram manye. See, and there are, see, he says, these Ganitajñas are the Kamalas, and the one who knows will make them so happy, so as the sun makes the lotus happy. So that is the poetic aspect of it. Let us leave it. So this is in Shardola Vikridita Vritta. So this is something which is quite easy. So all of you can, since many of you have this notebook, I'll tell you, you all know of this Panchanga, right? What constitutes Panchanga? Tithi, Vara, Nakshatra, Yoga, Karana, right? Okay. So these are the 5 elements which constitute. What this person essentially tells you is some connection between these 5 elements. In fact, he has left out Karana. Karana is just half a Tithi. Okay. So he has said Yogaha. So that is that Yoga. Okay. Of the 5 elements, you have Yoga. So yoga basically is the sum of the longitude of the sun and the moon. Okay. So when it crosses a certain number, you say one yoga is over, right? He says yogaha masa krite samaha. See, masa kritehe samaha. So what is kriti? Have you heard of it? Kriti means normally composition, right? Kritihi. Kalidasa kritihi. So here the word kriti is used to refer to square. The kritihi nama vargaha. Okay. So he is saying masa krite samaha. Yogaha masa krite samaha. So what is the equation that you have? Suppose you say yoga is y. Masa krite samaha means y is equal to m square. Right? Yogo masa krite samaha. Then, Karahrito yogastithi syat. Kara shabdaha dvisankhya vachakaha. In Bhuta Sankhya system, okay, Karahritaha. Hritaha means vibhajitaha. So, Karena hritaha yogaha tithihi. So, tithi, T, suppose you say, T is equal to y by 2. Nyayate? Karahrito yogaha tithihi syat. So there are 2 equations now. Yogaha masa krite samaha. Karahrito yogaha tithi syat. Then he says tithihi trighna varamitihi. Tithihi trighna. Trighna ityukto trisankhya gunita ityarthaha. Tithihi trighna varamitihi. See, varasya sankhya. So vara sankhya tithis trighna. So this is the third equation. Okay. T times 3. 3 times T, tithi, is equal to vara. V, let us say. Varamitihi. Then tadardha sadrisham bham. Bham ityukto bham. Bham tara. See, star. Okay. The number, the sankhya of the star, tadardha sadrisham. Tadardha ityukto varasya. So you got this vara, tadardha sadrisham bham. Okay? Huh? No, 27. What is 27? No, nakshatra total number is 27. Here he is saying the nakshatra sankhya. See. So nakshatra sankhya is obtained by taking v by 2. Tadardha sadrisham. Varasya ardha sadrisham bhavati bham. Okay? Then he is saying Sarvayoge Punaha. Then look at this. Bhubanaksha. This is a number given in Bhuta Sankhya. See, Bhu Shabdaha Eka Sankhya Vachakaha. Bana Shabdaha Pancha Sankhya Vachakaha. Anantaram. Bhu Bana Aksha Shabdaha. Aksha Shabdaha Kim Jyoteti? Katham? नहीं, अक्षि शब्दः नेत्रवाचकः न तु अक्ष शब्दः. इदानीं प्रत्यक्षम् इति उच्यते खलु. प्रत्यक्षम् इत्युक्तौ अक्षशब्दः तर्हि किं वाचयति? इन्द्रियं वाचयति. प्रत्यक्षम् इत्युक्तौ श्रोत्रेणापि भवति नेत्रेणापि भवति. अतः अक्षशब्दः इन्द्रियवाचकः. इन्द्रियस्य गोचरो यदि भवति तर्हि अस्माभिः प्रत्यक्षविषयः इत्युच्यते. ओके, नौ अक्षा इस् आल्सो 5. एवं तदेव अक्षशब्द अतएव प्रत्यक्षशब्दप्रयोगः क्रियते. अक्षिविषयः इति अन्यत्, अक्षविषयः इति अन्यत्. ओके, नौ सो भू बाण अक्ष कुभिः. कुशब्दः किमिति? नहीं, पृथिवी. अतएव कुज इत्युच्यते. मार्स् कुजः. कुजः इति पृथिव्याः जातः इति कश्चन विशेषः भवतु. कुशब्दः एकसङ्ख्यावाचकः. तथा च किम् आयातं? भूबाण अक्षकुभिः इत्युक्तौ 1551 इति एषा संख्या. भूबाणाक्षकुभिः भवेत् शकमितिः. अङ्कानां वामगति वस्तुतः उभयथापि एका एव संख्या लभ्यते. इतः अत्र तु एका भवति. सत्यं. एवम् एवम् एवं सत्यं सत्यं. एवं. So we start normally from the units place and then move to higher units. Anyway, so here he is saying 1551 is the year. So what is the information that is supplied by him? He is saying, I am specifying you the year. In this year, you have to find a date which satisfies all the other things. You understand? सर्वयोगे इत्युक्तौ एतेषां सर्वेषां योगः यस्मिन् दिने अस्मिन् वत्सरे भवति तदेव दिनं ग्रन्थस्य समाप्तिदिनं. ज्ञातं? ग्रन्थस्य तां वेत्ति यः भवेत् शकमितिः. शकमितिः is basically the date of the work. ग्रन्थस्य शकमितिः भवेत् तां वेत्ति यः तं मन्ये गणितद्वयज्ञ कमल प्रोद्बोधने भास्करम. Okay, I am not expecting you to come up with a date, but all that I would expect you is to come up with these numbers. This is much simpler, very simple. Okay, the first half of the verse can be figured out by anybody. The next half is a little more difficult, but one can guess which month, etc. But precise date may not be possible. Okay, quick. Let me see. See, there are, this is, in fact, when this was given to me, initially I thought, how can it be solved? But then the moment I penned down, it just took 3 minutes. It's very simple. Every one of you can do. So you don't be scared by the number of equations. It hardly took 3 minutes to solve this. Huh? What are you saying?
Quadratic equation.
No quadratic, nothing. No. It's just, you don't need to combine. You have to just keep independently, you have to fix.
Independently.
It's very easy. You see, you can...
Sarvayoge means we have to
सर्वेषां योगः इत्युक्तौ अत्र यद्यद् गदितं तत्सर्वम् एकस्मिन् दिने युक्तं भवति इत्यर्थः.
तेषां लोके एकस्मिन् दिने यस्मिन्नेव दिने अयं
यस्मिन्नेव दिने एतेषां सर्वेषां योगः भवति
योगः इत्युक्ते अडिशन् नास्ति अत्र।
नास्ति
combination.
combination, correct, very good, combination. Okay, so let me give you a simple, you can just start with this. Y is equal to m square, this is stated, right? Yoga should be m square, so massa can be 1 to 12 maximum. Now the second information that is supplied immediately restricts us and brings down to only 6, not even 12. Why? Tithi is equal to y by 2. See, if m were to be odd number, you cannot get Tithi as an integer. If m is odd number, 1, 3, etc., then the square will be 1, 9, 20, and so on, right? So 9 by 2 will not give you Tithi. So all of them will be integers. So m is only even, fixed. Okay? So simple. So this is the first constraint that he has indicated to you. Okay, so now your m can be 2, 4, 6, etc. Right? Tithihi trighna varamitihi. So this almost fixes the whole problem. Why?
It should be less than.
Tithi has to be less than 15 and Vara has to be less than 7. So Vara has to be less than 7 means T has to be only 2 maximum, right? That's all, you are almost done, finished. Trighna varamitihi, then Vara, so Vara can be only 6, 3 times 6. So tadartha sadrisham bham, the nakshatra is 3, Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika nakshatra. Then Vara is 6th Vara. Okay, so it starts with Friday, so and then you just come back. So that is how it is. Okay, everything gets so easily fixed. So it looks as a big puzzle, but it just simplifies in no time. The moment you just think of the constraints which are here. So the point I wanted to convey here is, see, so he has beautifully presented using a very nice meter and a beautiful alankara, see, to convey the date of his work. The second part is a little more difficult.
Has everyone understood this? Because I get the impression that very few people have understood really. Who hasn't understood?
If you have a board, then I will do this.
Huh? You have understood that? Everyone? Huh? Okay. Huh? Okay.
The sixth day.
No. This is very simple.
I understand, but the rest.
No, the first is he is saying Yogaha masakrite samaha. The yoga is equal to the square of the month. Okay? So you have options, you just put m is equal to 2, m is equal to 3, m is equal to 4. You can just work for 2, 3 values. So yoga will be either 1 or 4 or 9 or 16, just up to that. Because yoga is equal to this. Yoga can also not go beyond that. You understand? Yoga can be only 27 cycle. So beyond 5, you can't take value of m. So everything just comes, okay? So you can only have m is equal to 2 or 4, finished. So m initially gets down, okay, to either 2 or 4. If you take m is equal to 4, then what will happen is that the vara will blow out. So therefore m is restricted to only 2. So with m is equal to 2, you will get the whole stuff. Take m is equal to 2, you will get y is equal to 4. Then t is equal to y by 2. Okay? See, t is equal to y by 2. So that will give you 2. Tithi is 2. Vara is 3 into t. Okay? So sixth Vara. Then Bham, Tara. So V by 2, third Tara, Kritika Nakshatra, over. The problem is settled. So these are the 4 conditions which have to be satisfied for the choice of the date. Now, if you look at the year, so in Chaitra Vaishakha, it has to be second month. Okay? So Chaitra Vaishakha month is 2, fixed. So then the other things can be fixed out. So you have to work out yoga, etc. So then everything boils down to this number. Okay? With a minor variation of 2-3 minutes. So that's okay. So that is 2-3 degrees in the moon's motion. That is acceptable. So you will get this anyway. Okay. So let me proceed further. So this verse I wanted to start with to just tell you 2 things. One is, so you very nicely pose various equations into the verse. Okay? This is one aspect. The second aspect is, you also have a very nice way of expressing numbers. You understand? So you can't be saying ekam, pancha, pancha and ekam. So nothing will work. So nothing will fit into the meter. So you have developed a few systems. In fact, Indian astronomers have developed nice systems by which they will be able to integrate the numbers beautifully into the verses. Okay, there are different systems employed. This Bhuta Sankhya seems to be the most favored system. In Kerala school, they have adopted what is known as Katapayadi. Okay, so that is another system that has its own beauty, and this has its own advantage. Okay, Bhuvanaksha Kubhir Bhave Chakamitihi Granthasya Tam Vedya Tam Manye Ganitadvayajnya Kamala Prodhodhane Bhaskaram. Why does this man say Ganitadvayam? Normally, mathematics is divided as Vyakta Ganita and Avyakta Ganita. This is broad division. Okay. So of course there are various chapters like Pati Ganita, Kotaka Ganita, there are various Ganitas. Okay. So they also use the word. But Vyakta and Avyakta are broad divisions. But that is not what is conveyed here. He has to convey another Ganita which they call as Graha Ganita. Okay. So one is this, you should just put Vyakta Vyakta Ganita into one basket and Graha Ganita into another basket. So both these Ganitas, then only you will be able to solve. The first half of the verse can be solved if you are knowing how to express them in the form of some equations in some form. Okay. The other Ganita is Graha Ganita. You should know how to compute the longitude of sun, longitude of moon in order to get the Tithi. Because you should know on which date this Tithi has acquired. Okay, this Tithi will be satisfied in this month. So when the month begins is number one. So in the month, what is the Tithi is second thing. So this and the Nakshatra, so all of them have to fit in one particular date. So therefore you need to know Graha Ganita. You need to know Pati Ganita also. So if you know that, then you will be able to solve this. Okay. So that is what he means by saying Ganita Dvayajnya Kamala Prodhodhane Bhaskaram. Vyakta is explicit. See, you have 2 broad divisions in mathematics. You call as arithmetic and algebra. Right? In algebra, of course, there are various things. Okay, so you have various algebras, and this arithmetic is one division where you explicitly deal with numbers. See, suppose I say, I want you to find out, see the square root of cube root of some number. Okay, so these are all playing with numbers. So divide 43,20,000 by 1740. When I say, you are dealing explicitly with numbers. This is called Vyakta Ganita. Suppose in this for instance, y is equal to m square. Suppose you say, you are not specifying numbers explicitly. So this is Avyakta. You understand? So not explicitly playing with numbers is Avyakta, and explicitly dealing with numbers is Vyakta Ganita. Okay? Vyakta Sankhya, atra tu Sankhya Avyakta. Tavadev. Okay, so this forms one group. Then we have other thing. So based on the parameters which have been given by astronomers, mathematicians, we should be able to find out Tithi and so on. So that is what is Graha Ganita. So one has to be good in both, then you will get this. Okay, so that is all this verse is. In fact, this date was not actually worked out by me. So this was sent by the person and they wanted to check something. So that is all it is. Okay. Now, in fact, somebody asked. This is the answer. See, Dvivida Gadita Muktam Vyaktam Avyakta Yuktam Tad Avagamana Nishthaha Shabda Shastre Patishtaha Yadi Bhavati Tadedam Jyotisham Bhuri Bhedam Prapatitum Adhikari Sonyatha Namadhari. See, so this is a very interesting verse, and I will quote a few more verses. So the point I want to convey here is the moment you read verses like this, composed in beautiful meters, so you just sort of get enthused. So the meters have a certain power to attract. You understand? See, Mandakranta has its own beauty, Shardula Vikridita has its own beauty, Sraghara has its own beauty. So these verses which have been composed cannot be simply composed by someone who is not adept in Vyakarana Shastra. See, because he has to get appropriate words, appropriate sandhis, appropriate samasas. So all that are required. So when speaking about the qualities which are expected of an astronomer, so Bhaskara, he says, Dvividha Ganita Muktam Vyaktam Avyakta Yuktam Tad Avagamana Nishthaha Shabda Shastre Patishtaha. Not only that, Shabda Shastrepi Patishto Bhuyat Yadi Bhavati. So this is a requirement. Okay? Yadi Bhavati Tadedam. So then only Jyotisham Bhuri Bhedam. Bhuri Bhedam Vityukto Bahavo Bhedaha Vidyante. Horaskandhaha, Samhitaskandhaha, Ganitaskandhaha, Phalitaskandhaha. See, there are various things. Okay? So you may be, see, nowadays what has happened is, many of these people, they just know how to generate a horoscope. You understand? Not compute. Generate from the computer. So you know something. So it is completely confined to Phalita. Only astrology. See, they need not know Sanskrit, so they need not know how to compute. So you can sort of do away with that. So that is the kind of facility you have today. But in those days it was not possible. And if you want to be a really good scholar and establish yourself in assembly, then you should know everything. So therefore he is saying, you should be good at this, you should be good at algebra, you should be good at arithmetic. You should be good at arithmetic because there are a lot of things. See, so say Venkateshwara Pai, Dr. Pai is here. So we have been working on a text called Karana Paddhati. See, so if you look into the kind of calculations which have gone in, so one has to do lot of manipulations with numbers. See, so to get something which is easy to handle with. See, so that is why he is saying, see, so Vyaktam Avyakta Yuktam. So you have to deal with both Vyakta and Avyakta. So you should be a master in that. Tad Avagamana Nishthaha Shabda Shastre Yadi Bhavati Tadedam Jyotisham Bhuri Bhedam. See, Bhuri Bhedam means Bahavo Bhedaha Vidyante Jyotish Shastre Tatra Sarvatra Yadi Pravinyam Apekshate Tarihi Atra Pravinyam Apekshate. So that is what he is saying. In fact, he says Prapatitum Adhikari. You are qualified only then. Otherwise, Namadhari. So namesake. Okay. So namesake astronomer. Namesake scholar. So that is all. Okay. Then look at this. So this is something. This is another important verse. Interesting verse. See, this is in a different meter. See, I wanted to give you a flavor of the kind of meters which they use. So each one has its own beauty. See, this is Dodhaka Vritta. Saika Padakhana Padarthamathai Yankayuti Kila Sankalitakhya Sadviyutena Padena Vinighni Syatri Hrita Khalu Sankalitaikhyam. Okay? So this is a very nice meter, so in which he has been able to express these two interesting formulae. You know this formula? All of you should have studied in school. What is that? N into n plus 1 by 2. हाँ? भूल गया? अभी तुम अभी कर सकते हो. सुनो. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 कितना है? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. 10 आ गया ना? Okay. Now 4 into 4 plus 1 by 2 कितना है? 4 into 4 plus 1 by 2. 20 by 2, 10, right? That is all. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 up to n. So if you have numbers up to n, उनका sum निकालना है तो the formula is n into n plus 1 by 2. हो गया? You understand? So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 up to n, whatever be that n. If you want to get the sum is n into n plus 1 by 2. Okay? So that is what he has given. See, Saika Padakhana Padartham Atha Ekadi Ankayutihi. Ekadi Ankayutihi. What does it mean? Eka Adi. The first number is 1. Anka is number. Yutihi is sum. Ekadyankayutihi. You understand? So Ekadinam Ankanam Ya Yutihi. So that is equal to, see, and that is actually called Sankalitakhya. Sankalita Shabdena Abhidhiyate. Ekadinam Sankhyanam Yutihi. Sankalita Shabdena Abhidhiyate. Sankalitakhya. Then Saika Padaghna. Atra Pada Shabdaha. This Pada has various meanings. You know, Guna has various meanings. Tell me some meanings of Guna. Huh? Quality. Then multiply. ठीक है. Out. काव्यों में जो गुण है वहां भी होता है. ठीक है. चतुर्विंशति गुणा. दैट इज बेसिकली क्वालिटी. See, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, Sparisha, Sankhya, Parimana. 24 are there. Generally you call them quality, right?
Rassi.
Rassi. Very good. Rassi भी है. Rassi को भी गुण कहते हैं. Sattva, Rajas, Tamo guna. Okay. Any other thing? Somebody has studied Mimamsa? Little bit of Mimamsa? What is Guna? What does Guna means there?
Guna means Pradhana.
Okay. See, so Pradhana Vidhihi, Guna Vidhihi. So this Guna means subordinate kind of thing. In fact, you have the word Gauni. So Gaunya Vritya Prayogaha. See, you understand? So it has the meaning of secondary, it has the meaning of three gunas, it has the meaning of rope, it has the meaning of multiplication, okay? It has the meaning of various other things. Now, similarly, there are so many words which you will find, but you have to fix the meaning depending upon the Shastra you deal with, depending upon the context you deal with. Both are important, okay? So the Shastra and the context actually fixes the meaning of a particular word. Here the word Pada does not mean word. Pada actually refers to the number n. Okay? So why is number n? See, pada also means step. You understand? So this is like arithmetic progression. You go up to the last step. You understand? That nth number. See, pada. So pada sometimes also means square root. Okay. So here you have to understand it as n because it has to do with the arithmetic progression. Okay. Now he is saying saika pada. What does it mean? Ekena sahitam padam. N plus 1. You understand? Saika pada. Ghna means by 2 nahi. Multiplication. Ghna means multiplication. Saika pada ghna padartham n by 2. You understand? So n by 2 into n plus 1. That is all. Saika padaghanam padartham atha ekadi anka yutihi. See how beautifully he has stated. If you had memorized this verse, you will never forget the formula for all your lifetime. You understand? So this is the advantage of presenting mathematics, see, in the form of beautiful verses. So you will neither forget the formula, nor you will be bored while learning the formula. You understand? Many people have the problem of memorizing formula. So they develop phobia towards mathematics. See, now in one stroke you can learn Sanskrit, you can learn Sahitya, you can learn mathematics. So everything can be done. Okay? Saika padaghana padarthamathaiga dyanka yutihi kila sankalitakya asya sankalita iti nama. Sankalitam iti nama. Then he says sadviyutena padena vinighni. See, dviyutena padena vinighni. See, what does it mean? N plus 2, you have to multiply. Dviyutena padena vinighni syat trihrita. Trihrita yadi syat. Divided by 3. Kalu sankalitakyam. So this is a different thing. Okay? So let us not bother too much. So if you want to find the sum of sums, then this is what it is. See, sum of sums means, see, 1, then 1 plus 2, then 1 plus 2 plus 3. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Each one is a sum. If you want to find the sum of these sums, you understand? Sankalitanam aikyam. Ekasya sankalitamiti vyavaharah. Sankalitanam sarvesham aikyam. Ityukto sankalita sankalitam. So that is this formula. You understand? Sadviyutena padena vinighni syatri hrita kalu sankalitaikyam. Okay, so in fact a lot of other things have been developed in this, so which I am not going to deal with. But the point I wanted to convey here is this. Two interesting formulae have been beautifully put in one small verse. Okay, so I myself, all of you may remember and recall, see how difficult it was to remember formula. So if you had memorized this verse, if it had been taught to us, right? It was not taught to us. So that is anyway. So this is the beauty of this. So these are simple arithmetic problems which most of us would have done in the school level at some stage. But if you do through these verses, see, you will be able to really enjoy them much better. Okay. Now let me just tell you that the Sankalitaikya has an interesting application. Okay. Interesting application is this. Read the verse.
प्रतिवर्षं गौसूते वर्षत्रयेन तरणकी तस्याः विद्वन् 20 वर्षैः गौरेकस्याश्च सन्ततिं कथय.
किं पृच्छ्यते? प्रतिवर्षं गौः सूते. Every year the cow will give birth to a calf. Tarnaki is the calf. Tasyaha Tarnaki Varshatritayena Sute. You understand? The moment that calf becomes 3 years old, so that will start again giving birth. Tarnaki, tasyaha tarnaki, varshadriseena sute, vidvan, विंशति वर्षैः. तो आपके पास एक गाय दिया गया, ठीक है, वो हर एक साल एक बच्चे को पैदा करता है, वो भी काऊ है, गाय. वो जो गाय पैदा हुआ, वो 3 साल के बाद वो भी पैदा करना शुरू करता है. ओके तो जन्म दे देगा. तो 20 साल में आपके पास कितने गाय होंगे? मान लो कोई नहीं मरा. हाँ, वो तो लिखा था मैंने, देखिए,
एक गाय का 20 हो गया.
बलभद्रा, हाँ पहले में लिखा था. वो है हायन रत्नम. हायन रत्नम इति ग्रंथ नाम. एतावता मन्ये अयं ग्रन्थः न प्रकाशितः इति. इदानीं सः अस्मिन् ग्रन्थे बहु कार्यं कृत्वा इदानीं प्रकाश्यमानं भवेत्. ओके, हायन शब्दः किं वाचयति? वाट् इस् हायन?
दिन हायन दिन.
हयः इस् डिफरेंट. करेक्ट. वर्षा इस् हायनम. हायनम मीन्स वत्सरम. एक हायनेन इदं कर्म समापितं, मीन्स in 1 year. I think since it has to do with astronomy, various computations, he would have given the name. This is my guess. I have not looked into the text, but Hayana Ganane Ratnam, Ratnabhuta Hayan Grantha, something like that should be there. This is my guess. Okay. So this is from Ganita Kaumudi. Okay. So this verse. So what they do is, after giving the formula, they will also give you some interesting example like this. Okay. Application of the formula. ये प्रॉब्लम, ये फार्मूला जब तक नहीं होगा आपके पास, तब तक ये नहीं सॉल्व कर पाएंगे. ओके. हाँ, अभी कितना नंबर होगा? कुछ अंदाज लगाइए. 20 वर्ष में कितना होगा आपके पास?
20 हो गए.
प्रति साल वो तो पहले कैसा होगा?
वर्ष है ना, तमकी तस्वीर निकालना है. तो
उसके बाद दूसरा जब निकला, उसका 17 होगा. और उसके बाद वो उसका भी हर एक साल होगा.
3 कम कर.
और न्यूक्लियर फिशन की तरह.
हाँ, वो सही है. बहुत बढ़ जाएगा. बोलिए नंबर. हाँ हाँ, 200, 300, 400 more. हाँ हाँ, multiply 1 into 2 into 3.
Then 1,500.
1,000.
20.
It is not so easy. It cannot be just like that, because ये सीधा अप्लाई करने से नहीं आएगा. ये थोड़ा काम करना पड़ेगा इसमें. बट द नंबर इज लार्ज नंबर. आपने जो निकला वो बड़ा नंबर है. मेरे ख्याल से 2744 something like that, 2744 or something like that is the number. Answer. Okay. हाँ हाँ, नहीं वो थोड़ा I can show you the details of the working, but it's a little more involved. So if I make you inspired, lecture's purpose is solved. Okay. Now see, this is another thing. So now let us ask this question. See whether these people chose to compose their work or were they compelled to compose their work in meter? आप क्या सोचते हैं बताइए? हाँ
अपने स्वयं किया
अपने इच्छा से किए होंगे.
As you said,
It's easier to remember.
Both.
It's easier
हाँ,
to
यहाँ दोनों
remember
रहना पड़ेगा.
once you know its meaning and
They
its
have no
solution,
choice.
then it's better to keep it in the memory.
In
They have no
fact,
choice.
it's not a question of only choice.
So they were very versed in Sanskrit.
Huh?
The mathematicians were very versed in Sanskrit. From
हाँ.
childhood they were poetic in nature. So,
अभिव्यक्ति के लिए भी
No, मैं भी थोड़ा गणित जानना चाहता हूँ. मेरे तो एक भी वर्ष नहीं आएगा कंपोज करने के लिए. No. The point is that, so let us try to quickly look at the tradition. The tradition has been primarily oral.
yeah.
See, in a oral tradition, it will be far more easier to compose verses and remember. See, so this is something. So, see, one is it adds beauty. The other is it is something which was needed also. Okay, so it was needed. See, suppose you teach 100 verses. So the capacity to retain those 100 verses will be much easier than 100 sutras. Sutras can also be memorized. Of course, Panini, in Paninian tradition, many sutras are memorized. Okay, but here it adds both charm as well as beauty to that. So this is something which has been done. See, but earlier somebody was discussing with me about this various sutra composition. See, Shauta Sutra, Grihya Sutra. They were not in verses. See, long back the tradition has not been to use verses. See, not that people were not aware of verses, because even Rigveda is Chandobadha. But how many different meters were known, long meters, etc., we don't know. Okay, so unless Pingala came, so Pingala's Chanda Sutra, so was one of the earliest texts that we have today on dealing with this Chandas. So when did this tradition flourish? If we ask this question, initially we find Arya to be employed. See, this Arya Bhattiyam, the earliest text that we have, is in Aryan meter. And of course, we have these Ramayana, Bhagavata, Mahabharata, etc. All of them are in metrical composition. So Bhagavata is somewhat different, and Ramayana almost in Anushtu. We may find some Indra Vajra, Upendra Vajra, etc. somewhere, but we don't find very long meters. So here you will find all sorts of meters employed. See, I quoted some Shardula Vikidita, I quoted some other meter. See, so we find both long meters as well as short meters employed by. So the choice of the meter depends upon what you want to express. See, so what you want to express will dictate you the choice of the meter. So this representation of numbers, so they have also been done in many ways, so that this will help you in trying to compose the meters. See, all that in meters. Then various mensuration formula, the algebraic identities, sum of progression. See, as I gave you some example. So we have solving quadratic equation. See, specifying the value of pi. You know pi, the number?
2 pi.
3.1412 and so on, right? Unending number. So that is all that has been nicely stated in the form of verses. And we have this infinite series also. See, you understand? So infinite series means it will never end. So they are also nicely expressed in the form of verses. And so those who know a little bit of mathematics, derivative of two functions, so all of are found here. Yes, please.
The question I have is, did they work out the formula before they composed the verse?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Obviously, yes. So when you sort of express something, see, so this is, in fact, some of the formulae which we find in an earlier text may be slightly differently given in a different text. See, for instance, one can say, even let us just take simple example. So you can express this as n into n plus 1 by 2 or into n plus 1 into n by 2 or n into n plus 1 by 2. So you can put in various ways. Or you can also express this as n square plus n by 2. So the formula should be in place and the poet may choose depending upon what comes to him. When he composes the verse, he will try to put it depending upon the meter that he has chosen. So you will find texts which express the same formula in many ways. But the formula has to be necessarily available with you.
But
Okay?
that means the choice of meter is the beginning, and then they
Try to put the words.
I'll tell you. See, there are poets, astronomers, mathematicians who have chosen a single meter throughout the text. For instance, Aryabhata. So all the verses is in Arya meter. All the 108 verses, okay, plus some additional verses are in Arya meter. And Arya meter also has such restriction, okay. Not that it does not have restriction, but it doesn't have the kind of restriction that the other Vrittas have. Okay, syllable restriction is there. So long total number of syllable restriction is there. But this Gana restriction is not there. So there is some flexibility in using Arya meter is what I would say. Okay, and that will be more easier. But when it comes to like this, see, Dodhaka Vritta, it will be all the more difficult because various Gana restrictions will be there, and this has its own beauty also. So you find some of the earlier texts being composed in Arya meter, and of course Brahmagupta has also used primarily this Arya meter. So next to Aryabhata in the tradition, 7th century. But later, so from Sripati onwards, people have employed a variety of meters, so which are really amazing. Okay. So let me just give you an example of the Shabda Alankara. See, so there are a variety of things which one can show, but I will just give you a few samples. See, so use of meter in mathematical and astronomical literature. So this is again in Siddhanta Shiromani, Goladhyaya, verse 8. So Bhaskara says, Yo Veda Veda Vadanam Sadanam Hi Samyak Brahmyas Vedamapi Veda Kimanya Shastram Yasmadatah Prathamametadatithya Dhiman Shastrantarasya Bhavati Shravanedhikari. See, here he primarily stresses upon, see, this is a, you can see da 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 appearing. See, the same syllables recurring, alliteration. Yo Veda Veda Vadanam Sadanam Hi Samyaka Brahmyasa Vedamapi Veda Kimanya Shastram. So again, he is stressing the importance of knowing Vyakarana Shastra, so that he may be able to compose beautiful verses, beautiful prayogas can be there. Okay? Veda Vadanam ityukto?
Brahma. Mukham Vyakaranam.
Mukham Vyakaranam prokto. Vedasya Vadanam, Veda Vadanam. Okay? Sadanam hi samyak brahmyaha. Brahmi ityukto? Vani. So brahmyaha tadeva sadanam. She resides there. So that is the kind of important. Okay? Yasmadataha प्रथमं एतदधीत्य धीमान् शास्त्रान्तरस्य भवति श्रवणे अधिकार. We have this saying, you remember this saying, काणादं पाणिनीयं च सर्वशास्त्रोपकारकम्. सर्वशास्त्र उपकाrakam. So he does not say upakarakam. You will be eligible only then. Like entering to IIT means you have to clear JEE, otherwise there is no entry. So that is the kind of thing that he is saying. You understand? Adhikari tadaiva bhavati. Shastrantarasya bhavati shravane adhikari. This is a very interesting statement. So this is not, I am not telling it just for the sake of amusement. In order to appreciate the details and the beauty, you should have undergone some sort of a training in this discipline. Otherwise, you will not be able to understand and appreciate. So, unless you appreciate, you cannot communicate the sense of appreciation to others. So, that is why they are insisting on this. See. So, I know there are a lot of people who cannot even read verse. They will be Sanskrit lecturers. So, it is a pathetic situation. You understand? So, if you want to convey the beauty of Kalidasa, Yasrishti, Srafturadhya, see, so you should be first of all conversant with the language, conversant with the meters, and see the inner meaning of those things. So then only will you be able to infuse interest in others. So that is the kind of message that he wants to give. See, unless you are a master in this, if you compose something, it will not be as beautiful as this. So you have to gain mastery. Mastery is not something which can be just like that obtained. One has to slog. I am not saying everyone can become a great poet. But if you slog, you will be able to appreciate good poetry. Okay? So that is the point. Okay. There is another person called Nityananda. This Nityananda is again an astronomer, mathematician kind of fellow. But he is much later. He was in 17th century kind of thing. Shah Jahan's period. This Nityananda, in his work which is called Sarva Siddhanta Raja. Okay. So he says, see, this almost similar meaning. Yat kinchit ganitam grahasya ganako janan vina vasanam prishtassan aparena gola vidusha prashna prapanchoktibihi kim brute pratitam taduttaramayam golagamatnyoyataha tasmat gola vichara charurachanam vakshye satam pritaye. What is the meter? Shardula Vikid. How is it? How is the definition? Shardula Vikid. You know? Saguravaha Shardula Vikid. Okay, very good. So yat kinchit ganitam grahasya ganako. See, yati bhanga. Surya, a 12th syllable, yati bhanga. Yet, so what he says is yat kinchit ganitam means knowing tits and bits here. Okay. Grahasya vina vasanam. So here the word vasana should be understood differently. See, what is vasana? Ichha. Ichha na bhagi. Ichha to anya. Vasanaya ichha jayeta. Parantu vasana to anya. Vasana janya ichha. So samskara, I mean, so some impressions, latent impressions in the mind are referred to as vasanas. See, sadvasana, durvasana, we say, right? Here, the word vasana is used in a different sense. Upapattihi ityasmin arthe vasana shabdaha prayujyate. Okay? See, this vasana, the word that you find here, has to do indirectly with the other vasana. Only when you know this vasana will the thing which has been discussed here will deeply leave an impression in your mind. Anaya vasanaya vina etat ganita vishayaka vasana buddho na bhavati. So like n into n plus 1 by 2, gone. You understand? So this vasana means yuktihi, upapattihi. See, yada upapatya saha asmabhihi adhyenam kriyate tada yad adhiyate tat asmabhi saha sarvada varteta. You understand? So what he is saying is, see, then only you can enjoy also. See, janan vina vasanam, without this vasana, if you know only little bit, then what is the problem? This is a pragmatic issue that he is talking about. Okay? Prishtasan aparena gola vidusha. You go to some sabha, the other fellow asks some question. Okay? You will fall flat. You understand? Gola vidusha prashna prapanchokti kim brute tam prati. Okay? He will become Vaiyakarana Khasuchi. You understand? You have heard the word? So you will just look at here and there. That's all. Correct. Kim brute pratitam tam prati kim brute means how will he answer that question? Taduttaramayam. Why? Gola agama ajña. See, gola agama ajño yataha. So before writing this Goladhyaya, so this fellow says this. See, therefore I am venturing into explaining this. Tasmad gola vichara charu rachanam. See, vakshye satam pritaye aham vakshye. See, okay? This satam pritaye is also very important. You understand? See, this satam pritihi tadeva bhavati yada ayam vastutaha pandito bhavet. See, let us forget about panditya. Even to satisfy the minimum requirement. See, suppose you go and teach something which you yourself has not understood. So how will you come back from the class? Very disappointed, right? So that is the point. See, so satam pritihi means if you are a noble self, your self will be satisfied only when you execute the duty properly. Forget about other things. We will be rewarded by our own self. Okay? So that is the first aspect. The second aspect is, of course, communication. You understand? Ko guruhu adhigata tattvaha. See, the essence has to be first of all understood by you. So otherwise it is impossible to share the knowledge. Okay? So first of all knowledge has to be there. Then you should be able to share. Okay? So that both are important. See, therefore I am writing this. That's what he is saying. Okay? This is much more. That was purely from a pragmatic viewpoint. Now from a poetic viewpoint he conveys this. So I wanted to share this also with you. See, so all these meters have been beautifully employed by these people to impress upon the importance of this, not only mathematics, but also the importance of learning this. See, this is a verse which follows the previous verse, in fact. आप पढ़िए, पढ़ सकते हैं?
भास्वत प्रकाशम विना वैदग्ध्येन विना प्रगल्भतरुणी सौंदर्ययुक्तापि किं तद्वद् गोल विवर्जितो गणितविद प्रश्नोत्तरे किं विभुः.
Okay, very good. So I am so happy you are able to read quite comfortably. Okay, Ratro Sadma Vichitra Chitra Rachanam. See, now he wants to communicate an idea That idea is communicated in the fourth pada. The all other three padas are primarily similes. Simile, upama. Upama for something. Ratrau Sadna Vichitra Chitra Rachanam. What is Sadna Vichitra Chitra Rachanam? Sadma is
Bhavanam.
Griham. So Grihe Vichitraha Rachanaha Anena Kritaha. Ratrau Deepena Vina Kim Jnatum Shakyate. Ataha Vrtha Bhavati. Jnayate Deepam Vina Kim Yatha Bhavati. Deepam Vina Vrtha Bhavati. Evam Trailokyam Sakalartha Purnamapi Kim Bhasvat Prakasham Vina. Suppose you go in dark somewhere. So whether you are in New Zealand or in Switzerland or you are in some hutment, so you will not find any difference. You understand? So the beauty of the world can be enjoyed. So if you go to Himalayas, you will see the natural beauty. So if there is no sunshine, that is what he is saying. Trailokyam Sakalartha Purnamapi Kim Bhasvat Prakasham Vina. Then, third thing, more practical example, which everyone would have experienced. Vaidagdhyena Vina Pragalbhataruni Saundarya Yukta Pikim. See, so Vaidagdhyam, what is Vaidagdhyam? In fact, I did not know when I read this verse for the first time. I mean, clearly. So then some scholar, I just called him. So he gave this definition. See, Kritya Vastushu Chaturyam Vaidagdhyam Parikirtitam. A very beautiful definition, simple, nice definition. See, all comprehensive definition. Kritya Vastushu Chaturyam. See, it cannot be defined. See, when you have to cook, there has to be some Chaturyam. When you have to sing, there has to be some Chaturyam. When you have to deal with guests, there has to be some Chaturyam. When you have to deal your own husband, there has to be some Chaturyam. Right? So this Chaturya is something which varies from act to act. So Vaidagdhya is a word which refers to in general. Okay?
Etymologically it means just etymologically it means well-being.
Maturity. Vidagdhasya bhavaha Vaidagdhyam.
Maturity.
See, correct. Vaidagdhyena Vina Pragalbhataruni Saundarya Yukta Pikim Tadvat Gola Vivarjito Ganitavit. See, Tadvat Gola Vivarjita means without imagination. That Gola basically refers to imagining how things are moving in the sky. See, Gola Shastra, Goladhyaya explains how to imagine, so various things, etc. Gola Vivarjito Ganitavit. See, now the problem is neither Golavit nor Ganitavit. Both are gone. See. So Gola Vivarjito Ganitavit. When he says Prashnottare Kimmi Bhuku, means when it comes to discussion, see, whether your value has to be taken, my value has to be taken, whether this has to be interpreted this way, it has to be interpreted the other way. So then this fellow will not shine. Now there are beautiful things to be appreciated here. One is, so if you are anybody who has trained himself in Sahitya Shastra here? Student of Sahitya. Okay, so which Alankara will you fix here? Alankara Shastra. Upama, of course, Upama is there. See, in fact, Upamaika Shailushi, when Appe Dikshita will say, it is Upama which dances in various forms. Anyway, so here, this is a Vinokti. It's a very interesting Vinokti, of course, clubbed with Upama. So Vinokti's definition is also very nice shloka. So I thought I will just share that with you. See, so whenever I studied this, I also committed this verse to memory. See, Vinoktisyad vina kinchit prastutam hina muchyate. The example is very important. Vidya hridyapi savadya vina vinaya sampadam. You understand? See, Vidya hridyapi savadya. see, it has a spot in it. If it is not clubbed with humility. See, Vidya Hridyapi Savadya Vina Vinaya Sampadam. See. Okay, so Vina Kinchit Yada Hina Muchyate. So here of course Vina Kinchit Hina Muchyate. So that is there. But since he has brought out various other similes along with that, so it is, so along with Vinokti we have Upama. Okay. There should be a break at 11:30. What is it? Okay. So I have 12 more minutes. Okay. Then let me just give you this slide is primarily to tell you how a good poet can communicate the same problem compared to a normal poet. Okay, so it is primarily for that, this slide. So I have been telling the importance of all this, right? So how does it manifest in the literature itself? So this verse which you find at the top is from a top class poet. The other one is almost the same problem, but it is some normal poet. Okay, you read the first verse. Yadi samabhuvi venuhu dvitripani pramanaha ganaka pavana vegat ekadeshe sabhagnaha bhuvi nrupamita haste shveva lagnam tadagram kathaya katishu moola desha bhagnah kareshu. So this is a problem related to Pythagorean theorem. So a bamboo broke, okay, and a bamboo broke and then it fell down. You understand? Samabhuvi means on a plane surface. See, Venuhu Dvitripani Pramanaha. See, Dvitripani Pramanaha means 32 feet high. See, Dvitri. Ganaka Pavana Vegat. Hey Ganaka. Oh, there has to be a split here. Sorry. It should not be one word. Ganaka Pavana Vegat. Ekadeshe Sabhagnaha. Ekadeshe Saha Bhagnaha. Bhuvi Nrupamita Hasteshu. The tip of that. Okay? Nrupamita Hasteshu. Eva Lagnam Tadagram. Kathaya Katishu Moolat. So from the bottom, at what height did it break? Okay? So let us not get into the problem issue. Now look at the same problem given. See. Shodasha Hasto Vamshaha Pavanena Nipatita Swamulat Ashtau Gatva Patitaha Kasmin Bhagno Marutvato Vachyaha. This is simple Arya meter. See the beauty in the two verses. Same problem which has been stated in two different ways. So that actually adds beauty. See, when you try to make children learn, see, if it is metrical and it has certain poetic charm in it, then that will be far more impressive than the other kind of verses. So that is why I wanted to show this. Now, the kind of type packing that they can do is remarkable. See, many formulae can be put in one simple verse. See, that is what has been done again here. See, you know, spear, ball, Kanduka. So, Kanduka, what is the surface area? You know, spear. What is the surface area of a spear? No. Sorry? See, so hereafter you will not forget. Memorize this verse. So this verse has all the formula that is required regarding circle, spear, etc. See, Vritta Kshetre. Vrittam means circle. In mathematics it is circle. Vritta also has various meanings. See, iti vrittam means this is what happened. Okay? Vritta can also mean character of a person. See. So now we have the word vritta employed to refer to circle. Okay? Tatra kim iti vrittam means what happened there. You understand? The events, so happenings. Okay, vritta kshetre means in a circle. Okay. Paridhi guni, paridhi circumference. Okay. Gunita multiplied. Vyasa diameter. 2r. Other meaning of Vyasa? Other meaning of Vyasa? Veda Vyasa, how will you give the Vyutpatti? Can the same thing be used for diameter also? No. One thing is, so many a times if you deeply think, these words have not been just brought out like that. If you look at them carefully, you will be able to see. See, these astronomers, when they try to coin a word, they don't blindly pull out some word. Whatever has been there in colloquial usage, so they try to find some relation to this and then bring that. So when they employ the word Vyasa for referring to diameter, it is almost in a similar sense. So it is actually divides the circle into two parts. Exactly. You understand? Separated. See, Vedan Vivyasa. See. So it is in the same sense, it just separates the circle into two halves. Okay, anything that separates. Okay, Vyasa is diameter. See, Vyasa Padaha. Padaha here means 1/4. Okay. Vyasa Pada Phalam. Phalam means here area. Okay. Phalam means area. So this phala, kshetra phalam. Phalam means basically some counting. Okay. So phalam tat kshunnam vedaihi. See, the first formula is this. You understand? So Vyasa Padaha, see. Right. See, Vyasa Padaha Paridhi Gunitaha. See, Paridhi is 2 pi r, circumference. Paridhi Gunitaha Vyasa Padaha. What will you get? Pi r square. This is the area of a circle. So hereafter you will not forget. See, Vritta Kshetre Paridhi Gunita Vyasa Padah Phalam Tad. Then, from that he builds. See, Kshunnam Vedaihi. Vedaihi Kshunnam means multiplied by Veda. See, into 4. See, Vedaihi Kshunnam. See, that will give you the area of a sphere. See, suppose you have a ball. Okay? The surface area of the ball, so is equal to 4 times that. See, Shunnam Vedaihi Upari Paritaha. Now he is just giving you the example of Kandukasyeva Jalam. See, so what is Kandukasya Jalam iva? Kanduka is ball. Jala means net. Okay, so on the surface of a ball, you can think of various lines drawn. You have seen, no, latitude lines, longitude lines on the earth. So this is like a jala. Jala on the Prithvi. See, the lines of latitude and longitude will basically form the jala of the entire Prithvi. These are all imagined by us for convenience. See, Kandukasyeva Jalam. See, so this he is using because he wants to explain using this simile later. So this is in Lilavati. This verse is in Lilavati. In Siddhanta Shiromani, he uses this simile and explains how to compute the area. So that is why this example given here. Kandukasyeva Jalam. See, it is too easily visualize. So if you count the area of small things, then you will be able to get the whole thing. Okay. Golasyaivam tadapicha phalam prishthajam vyasanighnam. Prishthajam phalam. Prishtham ityukto the surface. Prishthajam phalam vyasanighnam multiplied by vyasa. Vyasena nighnam. Vyasanighnam. See, Prishthajam Vyasanighnam Shadbhir Bhaktam. Divide by 6. See, if you do that, you will get 4 by 3 pi r cube. See, this is what you would have memorized. So, all of us would have memorized this when we studied this. You understand? See, Bhavati Niyatam Golagarbhe Ghanakhyam. Asya Phalasya Nama Ghana Phalam. You understand? Ateva Ghanakhyam Phalam. See, Ghana means always cube. See, Varga is square, Ghana is cube. See, you have this in cube now. You understand? See, R into R, cube. It is in cubic unit. So, therefore, he is calling it as Ghanakhyam Phalam. See, so the volume inside the sphere. So, the beauty here is all the 3 formulae have been so beautifully conveyed in one single verse. Okay? So many a times we just do not remember this. So, but once you sort of do it this way, so you will be able to permanently retain it with you. See, playfully you can memorize this verse. Vrittakshetre read once. Vrittakshetre parichigunito yasapada phalam tat kshunnam vedair upari paritaha kandukasyeva jalam गोलस्यैवं तदपि च फलं पृष्ठजं व्यासनिघ्नं षड्भिर्भक्तं भवति नियतं गोलगर्भे घनाख्यं. So it is 11:29. We can break now. Anantaram agre anuvartishyate.